Morning students. In the previous video we learned the function of noun as subject. In today's video we are going to discuss noun as direct object and as indirect object. So let's begin with the definition of noun as object. Okay, here pronoun word is also mentioned, so don't get confused by the name of this pronoun word. This performs the same function as that of noun. Noun may be a subject or an object, the same way a pronoun may be an object or a subject. So let's continue with the definition. The noun or pronoun that receives or is affected by the action indicated by the verb in a sentence is called the direct object of the verb. So here two important words. Number one, receives. Number two, is affected. Now, when subject performs an action that has its effect on some object, something, it may be a living thing or a non-living thing, so that becomes an object for that verb. So with the help of this example we can understand it. I call a carpenter to make furniture. Called whom? You call a carpenter. Now let me tell you, a few words are there that need objects, then few other words are there that don't need objects. So here called is a word that needs an object, so that object will be the object of the verb called. Now for example, say if I say he is running, running, what do you think about the word running? Does it really need an object or it does not? Obviously it does not. Running, walking, flying, many other words are there. Then again, he is breathing, he is sleeping, right? These are the words that do not need object. Then few other words are there like call, make, they need object. Cook, they need object, right? All of these are direct object. Now let's so come to section B. Here this is the exercise. So you have to underline verb word, then circle direct object. So number one, Grish always visits. So this is the verb word here. Visits whom? He visits his grandparents. So you have to circle this thing. So this exercise is your task. Do them by yourself. For now let's move to indirect object. So number two, an indirect object that receives a direct object. This definition will be enough. So have a look at the example. I gave the carpenter some nails. So the carpenter is indirect object and some nails is direct object. So this is very easy to find out. You just have to remember one thing. A direct object is the one that completes the verb. An indirect object is not required to complete the verb. So let me show you how. If I remove the word carpenter, for example, I gave some nails. I gave some nails. So the sentence and the verb will be complete. But if I remove the word some nails and write the carpenter, I gave the carpenter. So I gave the carpenter. Do you think that this sentence is complete in all its sense? No, this is not complete. So this is what I mean to say, that a direct object is crucial to complete the verb and the sentence, but an indirect object is not required to complete the verb or the sentence. Now have a look at this here. Men and women together cooked their children a delicious meal. So which one do you think is direct indirect object? Obviously this is direct object because it is required for the completion of the verb word cook and as a whole the sentence. Men and women together cooked a delicious meal. So this is direct object because this is required, this is crucial. But when I write this thing and remove this one, men and women together cooked their children, the meaning is so much ridiculous. You can see it by yourself. So this is indirect object. As I said earlier, indirect object is not required for the completion of verb and the sentence, but direct object is always required. One more important tip to you is that when there is only one object, so that has to be direct object. So in section C, Underline the indirect objects in the sentences. The first one has been done. Okay. Underline the indirect object. Indirect objects. You know, indirect objects. Here this is indirect object. Some corn is direct object. Number 2, Raj built his kids a beautiful sand castle. His kids, indirect object. So section C remains with you to complete. For now, I'll see you in my next video. For now complete section B and section C.